Hey guys, welcome to Wine Back, where we wine on back and have a good time with your host, Jadin Turner. OMG guys, it's also 11:58 p.m. I'm super nervous about this for some reason. This is like my first pod that I wanted to ever do, and even just getting everything created, I was like, what can I do? Wine Back, where you're able to drink if you want, and you don't have to if you choose. Totally your choice. Also, if you're 21 plus, make sure that's the case, because if not, put it to rest. Okay, so we're here with Wine Back with Jadin Turner. What is this? Wine Back is a podcast where we sit back, we talk real life, we get into chit chat, girl chat, bestie chat, friend chat, they chat, them chat, we chat, his chat, her chat, our chat, they chat, everybody chat. Welcome to Wine Back with Jadin T. Yep, that's me. And this video is not sponsored by, but Barefoot, if you guys would like to sponsor us, a California Moscato, and the tasting notes are peach and tangerine. Enjoy with spicy wings or strawberry shortcake. Between us, great poolside, better over ice, best for making waves. Barefootwine.com. And yes, we're drinking Barefoot Moscato, sweet and juicy, you guys. I love it. Sorry about the beep if you guys heard that. It's a watch. But yeah, I'm gonna crack a glass of wine open because it would not be Wine Back if we're not whining back and having a chat. But anyways, you guys, ooh, that was such a nice pour. Wow, I'm so excited to get into this. I didn't even expect what I'm gonna be filming or whatever, but I was thinking of the questions and I was not trying to even answer them. But before we get into the podcast, welcome to Wine Back, where we have a good chat. Oh my gosh, so we have our little Barefoot, we have our snacks right here. We not only have peanut butter crackers, we have watermelon, we also have grapes. We're doing boy dinner, gay dinner, girl dinner, they dinner, we dinner, us dinner. You already know the vibes when we're here on Wine Back. So I also have some Starburst because who doesn't love a sweet treat? And before we even touch the food, I already did wash my hands, but we're gonna add some hand sanitizer because you guys already know. And we're not sponsored by them, but Purell always comes in with the right essentials, you guys. So it is Pride Month. It is June 1st. We started filming this video on June 1st, super late at night, honestly at 11:58 p.m. But honestly, I am just super excited. It's Pride Month this month. I feel so comfortable at the right age that I'm at, looking amazing, feeling awesome, feeling thriving, feeling comfortable in my skin, part of the LGBTQ+ community. And honestly, it's just still crazy because one thing even just about Pride, I don't even know everything about Pride or being gay and all the history and everything, but this is where I think it's so essential to kind of educate yourself, and not to. So let's rephrase that. But more so of the part, I wanted to make this Wine Back where we're having a chat, having a good thing, just to be real, be honest, and sit back. Honestly, I love having a good chat. I love talking. I never put my business out there or ever just be expressing myself a lot. And this is a way for me to express myself a lot. I haven't even had any drinks or anything. I've just been chilling and getting this set up because I've really been sitting back about what should I do for Wine Back. So today on Wine Back, we're talking about Pride Month. And Pride Month is literally me. Don't you see it, babe? And I'm not talking about the characteristics. I'm talking about the smile, the comfortability, the warmth, the comfort, the love that I feel. But welcome to our chat about Pride Month. Welcome on June 1st, where you guys are watching this on June 2nd. But we're about to have a chit chat and we're about to sit back and wine back. Wine Back with Jadin Turner. But wow. I'm also going to be doing a different wine every video. Hopefully, I don't know how many wines there are in the world. If there are any brands that are willing to sponsor us and reach out to Wineback, make sure to reach out to our emails and our marketing team below. So, Wineback, you guys, Pride Month. The first genuine question is, when did Pride Month begin? And honestly, I did some research on this because I want to even dive deeper into this. I didn't even know it was this far back. And this is really not even long ago. The first Pride Month, I also have my notes over here, you guys, right here on the pad, because we're not going to get incorrect and not fact checked on this. Because Wineback is a place where we're talking, we're having a chat, and we're having a snack on Wineback. Anyways, Pride Month was created in June 28th, 1970. I was also born June 17th. And June is Gemini season. June is Pride Month. And it's just so crazy because even before like anything, I used to always be associated with Pride. And not even just the month, but like Pride with being gay. Most people associate Pride with being gay. And that's one thing that I feel not only should be connected, but really the word Pride is attached to the word gay, because when you become so comfortable in your skin and love yourself, you literally work through so many barriers and boundaries of like your mental space, your physical health, and even just like discovering to be you. And I think that's a really cool thing in life, is because everyone is always evolving and growing and discovering to be you. But honestly, no one has it harder than the next person. And I'm not here to compare anyone's stories to the next person, but at the same time, I would say a lot of people who are a part of Pride, and that is a part of the lgbtq+i community and more. I'm not even sure myself. Like, this makes me probably feel really bad, but let's actually look this up. Like, I'm not sure if that was updated, so I just want to check this just because okay, so the updated acronym is often written as LGBTQIA+ to include intersex and asexual identities. See, that's one thing I didn't even know, but that's also because those are not identities that I go by. That's another talk we could talk about, is even identities and even being yourself and discovering to be yourself. Growing up in a world where everything is already formatted to be a certain thing, people are supposed to look a certain way or act a certain, like, you know, play the part basically. Like, no one's meant to play a part. Like, I feel like you're literally meant just to be you and thriving yourself. But that's one thing about Pride that I think is so cool, is just that you're able to fully learn to be yourself, but you're fully learning every day. You're fully learning to accept and be there and show up and be you no matter what that is. And I think that is so amazing alone, because in a world where everything is already formatted and already set for you, and where being different is like looked down upon sometimes, and you're almost cast out as the pariah in the group. And if you guys don't know what the word pariah means, that actually just means like a social outcast. So when you are a part of Pride or the LGBTQIA+ community, sometimes, majority of the time, you are cast out as a pariah. So you're kind of like the lone wolf in the group. You're just there, and you're just kind of figuring out yourself and really just doing it all on your own. And it sounds kind of hard. Everyone's doing life on their own and everything, but I would even say for the average individual who is going through the mental aspects and space to discover yourself and try different identities to see if those fit your persona, it's a very hard thing to do, especially when you grow up in a background of spaces, personalities, identities, and characteristics that people want you to fit into. And it's so crazy because people grow up with what you should be, what you should look like, what you should be doing in X, Y, and Z, what a boy does, what a girl does, what anybody does. And this is where, like, another conversation for another day is like, just be you. And that's really all I have to say. There's nothing more than that but being you. But yeah, June 28th, 1970 was the first day and first like era where Pride Month became a thing. And not even a thing, a celebration. It became a celebration for people who are willing to be themselves, for people who are willing to be comfortable in their identity and their skin and being them. And I just thought that was so interesting because I didn't even know that was the first day. That's stuff that you don't learn in school. Everything in school is so cookie cutter in a way to where it's very, I would say, like, not safeguarded from the truth, but almost not even like the full story. Like, it's almost like Pocahontas when you seen that movie on Disney Channel, and then you end up learning about Pocahontas and like history. But then even when you dive into history more, another topic, another day. But it's literally just like that acronym, if you get that. But moral of the story is June 28th, 1970, in Chicago, Los Angeles, and New York, that was the first time Pride Month became a thing, and it became a celebration happening monthly for people to be themselves and love their identity. And I just think that's super interesting and intriguing because even learning to be myself and be comfortable in my skin, and also I'm also the only LGBTQIA plus member in my household, and sometimes it feels like that in my family. Am I the only one? I can't confirm or deny that because I can't speak for others. But I would say, no, I'm not the only one. But even in situations like that, growing up with different identities that are supposed to be around you, I remember being in family barbecues in X, Y, and Z, and certain individuals, it was just like a lot of people would like not want to talk to them, not want to hang out with them or whatever. And some people did, obviously. And even me, I did. Like, they were my family, my cousins and stuff. But it's just so crazy that we grew up in a world where everything is supposed to be this way. But if everything's supposed to be a certain way, how are you ever really supposed to succeed in being 100% you? Because let's say if your parents were just like shoe cleaners, are you just going to be a shoe cleaner your whole life? Are you not going to try to diversify yourself and explore if you feel that you do fall in a different category? And yes, that does fall into like a workspace, but you're literally working on yourself and your personality and your identity and your characteristics and your mindset. And your brain is literally developing though too. So you're literally constantly working on yourself every day and learning to explore and grow and really truly know you. And a big part of that is your identity. And that's why I think it's really important to talk about pride and just who you are and being yourself and just really showing up. So, what does pride mean to you? I feel like you guys already have like an aspect of that, of what does pride mean to me in this video. Just moral, pride means being you. I don't have to explain it more than that. I feel like it doesn't need an explanation more than that. It's being yourself, it's showing up for you, it's feeling comfortable in your skin, and just learning to love yourself. And pride can be for everybody, not just anyone a part of the LGBTQIA plus community. Pride can be for straight people who love that people are just themselves. Pride can be for anyone who loves just to show up in the world and fully exalt their personality. Pride can be anything you want it to be. It just does not have to be associated with our community. So that's another thing that I wanted to break is pride is just being prideful in you. And that's a celebration amongst itself. You should love being you. Love that you have a life. Love that you have a voice. Love that you have a choice. And I just think it is just so amazing to be at a moment in my life where every day I'm learning to love myself. And I feel prideful. And I feel amazing. And I feel joy. And even some days are not the best. But that's normal in pride. Some days are showing up when you don't want to, but I'm still me. And I'm not talking about your identity. I'm talking about hardships you face with learning how to be yourself and how to love yourself fully. If you don't ever try, if you don't ever push yourself, if you don't ever see, will you ever be? Chat, let me know. Anyways, my most memorable experience from being a part of the LGBTQIA plus community, I would even say it was my first Pride experience and just showing up to a Pride event. It was very awkward for me, even coming out and even just learning to be comfortable saying, I'm me, I'm Jadin. And also, not that it matters, I'm gay. It feels so cool to say that and just be like, I'm gay, I'm gay, I'm gay, I'm gay, I'm gay, I'm gay. And I'm prideful of that. But that is just literally a label that the community gives me. But at the end of the day, I'm just Jadin. Model, actor, media producer, you name it, I'm doing it. Bachelor's, master's, pending. But you guys get what I mean. You're just you, I'm just me. Drop the labels and let's be free. Like, my whole vibe is just being like chill, relaxed, and just being yourself. Like, life is hard itself. There's no need to have sadness, depression, or anything. And I've had my own struggles to work through. So that's another topic for another day and another wind back chat. But like how we're winding back and just talking and reflecting and feeling amazing about the past, because the past teaches you so much. And that's one thing why I thought even researching and reading more and learning more, educating yourself is so important. And just even being able to show up in a space where you're not only prideful of being you, but like just knowing is so powerful. And I'm talking about information and understanding how identities work, the processes of identities. I even took a course on this. So I recommend looking and seeking actual, factual, evidence, scientific-based research that proves and pushes you to understand the world. Because if you're not open to understanding the world and learning information, and not even just in this aspect and subject, you could learn so much and create so much. And isn't that amazing? And that's one thing I feel like being prideful on is my most memorable experience, is pushing myself into new experiences, pushing myself to be uncomfortable, pushing myself to know, pushing myself to see, pushing myself to be me. And I feel like that is just so crazy, because that's a lesson every day. Pushing yourself to be you. And sometimes that's hard. But I would say that is my most memorable experience, is pushing myself to be me. And be free. Be happy. Be free to be you. Be free to jump up and down and dance, run around, dress as you want. Do your hair as you want. My hair's short. But anything. Dance and not feel like you have to be in a certain box and dance. Do a split. Do a flip. Do a trick. Just be you. I think the most memorable experience of Pride is learning to put myself in uncomfortable positions and be prideful in being me. Those moments of going to my first Pride event, meeting friends, and I didn't even go with anyone, but I just accidentally met with friends, running into people, making new friends, and just having fun, and just really experiencing myself. I think that it, on its own, is super, 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 super unique. gonna have a little snack and then we'll get right back. We are using chapstick, moisturizer lip balm. Okay, anyways, guys, we're drinking Barefoot Moscato, sweet and juicy. Honestly, welcome to Wine Back, where we're whining back, we're having a chat with your host, Jadin Turner. Honestly, you guys, snack break was immaculate. Let's just say that. And I am feeling amazing. Right. Period. Okay, anyways, welcome to Wine Back, where we're having a chat, where we're talking about pride. And as you guys know, we already left off of our main questions, which is really, we're not even gonna go over that yet. We'll talk about that at the end, because it was really just my most memorable experience, which is just learning to be myself. But next, we're getting into the juicy details. The details the girls want to hear. The details the guys want to hear. The details the world wants to hear. What is on Jadin Turner's mind? I'm joking, you guys. But obviously, more so, it's relationship, growing up, advice, labels. If you also hear my dog snoring in the background, don't mind her. She's sleeping. But anyways, you guys. So, when it comes to relationships, I have not even had a stable... Well, I don't know why I'm stumbling. I've had relationships, really situationships. Right, she agrees. Anyways, but more so, I've had a lot of good, weird, bad, not doing that, definitely not doing that, let me just go home, moments, experiences, never a solid, partner. And, honestly, I don't think the partner that I'm looking for or whatever may or may not be in my hometown. Another story for another day. Because I'm not really worried about a partner, because I'm worried about learning about me and being prideful in me. But it's also, that's another thing, when you're learning to be prideful in you and love yourself and just be really confident in your skin, whether, no matter who you are, what you identify as, whether you are a man, a woman, a they, them, they, she, her, him, hey, everything in between. And it's just more so when you're just confident in your skin. It's just what I'm trying to say. When you're comfortable in you, when you're confident in your skin, and you're loving yourself, and you walk around like, you know what? I'm the shit. I love me. I love this. I love what I am. I love me so much. What can you do just but be amazing, be awesome, be you, But that attracts people who are learning how to be themselves. People who are learning how to love themselves love to see people who are in the next stage and phase of where they want to be. You're so confident, you're so comfortable, you're just you. That is attractive. Not a lot of people can just be them. Not a lot of people can just walk around with that confidence and exalt. I'm not even sure. It's exalt. Exalt that. Execute. But either way, when you're walking around being you, being confident in your skin, being able just to be like, you know what? I don't care about the room. I am the room. That attracts people. My advice and with relationships is really just be careful of who you want to surround yourself with. You never know what man, what people, what woman, anybody in between, underneath, above, beyond, whatever. Be cautious of who you surround yourself with. And I say this because relationships are very, very, very weary. But at the same time, when you're learning about people and learning them, a lot of people don't usually present their true selves when they're there. So you really want to learn a person because people can be aggressive, people can be rude, people can be lying to your freaking face and literally just leave you in the dust. But at the end of the day, I want to say, just love how to be you. Because as you learn how to love and be comfortable in your skin and be you, you will find the right person that matches your energy. And one of my things is never settle for less. We're not settling for less. I'm not dealing with your anger. I'm not dealing with your problems. Go see a therapist. Write in a journal. The list can go on. But when you're prideful in you and you're amazing in being in your skin, we're not going to whine. We're not going to cry. We're just going to sit back, whine back, and have a good chat. It's not that deep. Moral of the story, though, is really, don't worry, ever. The right relationship will find you. And I'm very fond of that. I literally just do me. I literally just live my best life. And honestly, I feel like I've run into a lot of attractive men. Another podcast, another day. But, I don't pursue, and I kind of do, but it's harder sometimes, you know? Excuse me. But really, that's the thing. It's like a game, a chase. Having to build a relationship, having to chase someone. I'm in my 20s. I'm not about to worry about that. My battery's about to die, so we're gonna end right here. Take a quick pause break. This podcast is also sponsored by Ishmael Altier. Ishmael Altier is a fashion brand that is high-end, where you can shop clothing, where you can get designer wear, design clothes, and even reach out for personal items. This is also designed by your host, Jadin Turner, on Wine Back. Okay, you guys, battery changed. We're back on Wine Back, where we talk and have a good chat with your host, Jadin Turner. Okay, so, honestly, with relationships, boom, done. Who cares about that? Honestly, when you're in a relationship, that's obviously different. I'm not right now, but also, this is where Wine Back, where we have a good chat. We can have mental health chats, talks, talk about that. What's up? What's that? With couples, singles, solos. And the chat. Really, growing up and advice I would want to give is honestly, never stop trying to be you. Say no. Break the rules. Be undeniably you. And by break the rules, I mean break the rules of the world, of the identity of the world and characteristics that they set. That does not mean be a bad kid. I mean be an educated person where you know so much about the world where it's like, I don't fit into your label because I'm above that. But also, if you only come to a certain intellectual understanding of what your brain can comprehend, and even just learning the world and understanding how everything builds up and connects to each other, or even just learning about even just like everything from like the biology of the human, from the study of the human brain, which is also my major, psychology. And also I have a master's degree too in special education with emphasis in applied behavioral analysis. But more so the study of behavior, the study of the brain, the study of why we think, why we act the way that we do. And this is one of my favorite things that I like to talk about is the doom loop. Basically, in positive psychology, the doom loop is basically what keeps you in the same standard or even the same repeating moments of your life. And the doom loop repeats itself because you only go to a certain point and then you end up repeating the same patterns, which obviously we could talk way more about the doom loop and what this is and get into that more, but more so it's just breaking a pattern and trying to do something outside of something that is so set, especially in a behavior or conscious thought that you always persist to show up and exist in your mind. You need to be able to break that. That's only allowing yourself to be free and be prideful and knowing that sometimes your conscious thoughts are false and you need to learn from those. Ooh. I've been talking a lot. This is my first podcast. I never did anything like this, but that's really my advice. Is learn about the world. Be conscious. Don't be afraid to understand and see different perspectives. Step into different shoes. Educate yourself. I think that's the one thing about being prideful is even allowing yourself to say, I don't know everything. And that's okay. Learn about the world. The more you learn, the more you teach yourself, the more you see. And this can be in any aspect because we're all living our own individual life. Learn about the world in the way that you want, but also understand that we're all just individuals here living on this world. All we can do is just be positive and be happy and be chill and be amazing and just be free and be one with the world. And honestly, I just think that is just so cool. And as far as labels, this is where you make the standard. One thing I believe in, I don't fit the characteristics of the world. I am the world. I create what I want to be. I create the world that I want to see. And I'm not stepping back, and I'm not holding back. Because you should never. Pride in who you are. Pride in who you be. Pride in what you see. Pride is where we'll be. And pride is what you can achieve. Work hard. Play harder. But also know that you are smarter. Play the game, learn the tricks, be you, and exist. You are above the social standards of the world. Don't fall to the rules. Maybe you might twirl. I speak, and I'm here on the mic now, letting you know where pride is. And it's not just coming out the mouth. It's being, existing, showing, loving, working, achieving on who you want to be. But you'll only really be is free. And that's when you stride. And you stride always with pride. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Wind Back. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this podcast of talking about pride and loving yourself and working on yourself. And honestly, I'm so excited for this to drop. I am just like, Wind Back, the chat where we talk, where we host, where we chill, where we talk real life. And I want to get other people in here. I want to build this up to something. But welcome to the very, very, very first podcast episode on youtube.com/Jadin Turner. And if you guys want to hear more from me, see more of me at Jadin Turner, just type in JADINTURNER on all your socials, and you'll see me, Jadin T, your host on Wind Back. Wind Back, the chat, where it's the snack that smiles back. And this is not goldfish. It's me, Jadin T, model, actor, media producer, you name it, where I'm being me. BA in Psych, and MA in SPE in ABA. Honestly, that is not going to be my outro all the time, but happy Pride Month. I hope you guys are all being prideful and being you, being amazing, and just loving yourself. Isn't it so cool to love yourself and study your own behavior and your own trends and just really be powerful and knowing that you are you 100%. And I'm one thing about, you love and know yourself so much that you end up loving someone else. And yeah, don't fit the label. Create the label. Thank you again so much for tuning in. If you guys stayed all the way to the end, welcome to the first episode of Wind Back with your host, Jadin Turner. Locking out chat. Wow, that was so cool. This is gonna be an amazing podcast. This is gonna be amazing. Cheers. Cheers to the pod. Because you guys, I really like this. And I never really talk like this where it's like super open. So I'm just like, And also this is unedited raw footage because everything is getting posted on Wind Back where we chat. So be cautious of what you say. What you say may or may not be dismayed. Okay, bye. It is literally 1:38 a.m. and I want to go film another video for me to make my Thai noodles, but we'll see. Cheers. And also, after a full bottle of wine, you might need a pee. Bye, guys.